Well, hey everybody, how are you doing today? I just thought I would go over my way of doing a knot for a magnet or an anchor. And I'm not saying it's the right knot or the wrong knot, it's just the one I use. And so anyway, if you're watching, you take your end of your rope through your loop on your magnet, come back over the top, and back up through the loop on your magnet, and through the loop on your rope. And you can adjust it if you need to. Now, the thing I like about this is it gives you a good strong knot that's not going to come off. But also, if you want to change the rope or put the rope over on something else, you just wiggle it, do that, and then you have to pull your rope through the loop, of course. So, depending on how long your rope is, depends how long it'll take you to do that. If you have 25 feet of rope, you can do it fairly quickly. If you have 100 feet of rope, you might be there for a while. But anyway, what I'm concerned about today isn't so much the knot as the loose end, this piece here. And you see people magnet fishing on YouTube and that, and you'll see this piece of rope flapping around and it's all fraying and looking pretty nasty. Now, if you have really good rope working skills and know what you're doing, you probably know how to splice, and you could splice these two pieces together and have a real good, strong bond there. But I don't have those kinds of skills. I don't know how to splice. So what I do is I take a piece of string and I make a loop like that and lay it over top of my rope. Come back, make sure you got plenty. You want to be over the end here. And you probably should make that a little longer, actually. So you want to be over the end here. And you want to be past the end of your rope there. And then what you do is you take the long piece of rope, and you start up at this end, away from the looped end, and you start winding it around. You know, this can be a bit of a pain when you got a long rope like I do here. Let's see if I can get myself organized here and make it work. You can see what I'm doing. Kind of working against myself here. But you pull it tight, come back over itself. Oops. And I'm quite the instructor here. Do as I say, not as I do. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, now I've got that around the back side. Don't want it around the back side. So let's pull it. Again, let's try this again. Usually I can do this quite quickly, but of course, you know what they say, best laid plans of mice and men. And when you're trying to show someone else, it never goes like it should. So I don't want that between there. But you go back over top of the string you're using, pull it tight, and then you just start winding it around. I'm just going to cut this so I don't have to mess with quite so much string. And here we go. Alrighty. Now, if you're totally confused, don't feel bad, so is your host. Anyway, so we start winding this around like this. Now, if you tie flies or have ever restored a fishing rod, there's actually a special spool you can get to hold the string for going around. You're not going to You want to make sure that's up tight against itself each time. Trick is keeping this loop on top. You could put a piece of sticky tape or something on there if you wanted to, just to hold it. But as you can see what I'm doing here. I'm wrapping this around. Make sure you don't have any gaps. Keep it tight. And I'm going to pause this for a minute so I don't bore you to death watching me wind the whole thing. So just stand by and I'll be right back. Alright, so here we are. We're getting close to the end. You can see I've wound this around quite a few times. Now here's where the trick comes in. You want to cut your rope to a little bit shorter length here, or string I should say, and you're going to take this end of the string and put it through the loop you left. Okay, and now we come to this end. Grab, remember I said to make sure you had string here? You grab that and you start pulling. And what you're going to do is pull that loose end into the middle of this. You see what's happened? I pulled the string in. And now you can take your scissors and clip this off. And if you want, you could even trim this back a little bit. So you've got a nice tight bond there. You still got a big loop here. So you can pull that through. Now here's my favorite little finishing touch. You're going to want some scrap paper for this. I'll use this old envelope I've got here. Unless you're using you're working over a surface you don't care about, in which case you don't need this step. But I kind of like my workbench and I really don't want to muck it up, so I'm just going to put this underneath here. And then what I use is this product. This is made by Permatex, and it's called liquid electrical tape. And what it is, it's a rubberized or plasticized liquid, and it's really used to cover electrical joints in that. The other item you can buy is it's a handle dip for things like pliers and that you want to put a rubber coating on the handles, and you can dip the handles in. But this is what I use. It's called liquid electrical tape by Permatex. And I take this and I paint it on here, and it actually soaks into the string. And provides a waterproof coating, but it also acts like sort of like a glue to hold that string together as well and makes it that much stronger. So I'll do probably, at least 2 if not 3 coats on here, because the first coat will soak into the string and it'll take on kind of a matte color and help bind the string together. So if you want to have it coated well, that'll take a little while to dry. But after it's dried, it doesn't take long, a few seconds for it to dry. You can come back and put on a second coat. Don't be shy with it. Once it's dry, it's totally handleable. You can handle it without getting it on you. And if you do get it on you while you're doing this part of the bind, once it dries, it just peels off your finger, so it's not a problem. But this waterproofs the string you've wrapped around and makes for a good tight bond, and it lasts you a good long time. I still have ropes that I did loops like this for when I was canoeing, and those ropes are probably 30 years old now, and the loop is still holding strong and great. And you can do this on any size rope, whether it's a small, this is 500-pound paracord, but you could do it on a bigger rope. If you have rope like this, you can do the same thing. You just make your loop, and you can bind the string around and do exactly the same thing. It works. Doesn't matter the size of the rope you're using. You do want to use a decent sized cord. You don't want anything too tiny. This is a cotton blend twine that I use here. I buy it like this from the hardware store, and it's pretty cheap. And like I say, it lasts quite a while. I've got a few pieces here I can use for something else. But that's my video for today, is how to make that good strong loop. As you see, you can still open this loop up here if you wanted to change this rope onto something else. Or if your rope wears out and you want to take it off, I guess in that case you could just cut it. But this gives you a really good strong knot. I've got the magnet stuck on my vise, and you can see that's strong, and you don't have that little piece of string flapping in the breeze to get in the way and to pick up seaweed and all kinds of other debris. So there you are, my friends. Hope that's helpful to you, and please like, support, and give me a thumbs up if you think it's worth it. I'm not asking anybody to do anything against their conscience, so if you think this was a boring video and you're a waste of your time, give me a thumbs down. I deserve it. Anyway, hope you have a great day. Stay safe, and God bless.